Wow, and I mean wow. The Traveler's Chosen might be the most slept on weapon in all of Destiny. Except for the fact it gets a monthly Reddit post about how slept on it is. But even with those posts, I don't see it getting used nearly enough as much as it should. Then they went ahead and blessed this gun with a 20% damage increase. So today we're going to talk about why the Traveler's Chosen is one of the most versatile weapons in all of Destiny 2. Let's jump right into it. The base perks are as follows: Quick Dot SAS, armor piercing rounds, and short action stock, with the intrinsic perk Gathering Light. That final blows with this weapon grant stacks of Gathering Light. Holding reload consumes your stacks, granting ability energy based on the number of stacks. And finally, the exotic trait Gift of the Traveler, making each stack of Gathering Light improve the reload, handling, and target acquisition. Now your whole playstyle will be revolving around these stacks of Gathering Light, which are the simplest form of stacks to build since you only need to get a kill per stack and can have a total of 10 stacks. And each one of these stacks when consumed will give you 10% energy per ability flat. If your ability has multiple charges, it will overflow. Once you get 10 stacks, it becomes a toss-up on if you'd rather keep your pistol fully stacked for the increased aim assist and reload speed, because at max stacks, the Traveler's Chosen puts in some insane work, absolutely lasering whatever you put in front of it. Now in Destiny, you have a toss-up with Catalyst, from ones that are nice to have to some that are absolutely necessary for the gun to strive. And on the Traveler's Chosen, I think the Catalyst is extremely necessary, because it adds two perks. The first perk is Surplus, which increases your handling, reload speed, and stability for each fully charged ability. And the next you have Osmosis, so that your next grenade ability changes your weapon's damage type to match your subclass until you stow it. These two perks add a whole nother layer into the weapon. Surplus is such a cool perk to have as an add-on because the extra perks go bad shit on this pistol. At 10 stacks and full abilities, this pistol is cartoonishly good. Then you get Osmosis, so that you get to pick what element this gun is. Running a Void build? Go ahead and throw a grenade, and now with the right mods, you have a pistol that can be volatile and generate Void Orbs of Power and proc Devour. What about Strand? Yeah, just throw one piddly grenade and now you create strands and proc unraveling rounds with no issues at all. This works literally with every subclass. My only complaint here is if you pick up a tangle or swap weapons, you will lose that elemental charge, but you can just proc it again with another grenade. Okay, I didn't expect to talk about the perks for so long because it's just so many layers to it, but now let's talk about PvE. I'm a fanboy when it comes to ability cycling. With exotics like Starfire and Heart of Immense Light, if it makes my abilities recharge faster, I want it. So I knew I needed to give this Traveler's Chosen a fair chance to show its worth. And holy shit, did it show its worth. I've never been a sidearm guy by any means, but it's like this gun was forged by Vulcan himself to be bestowed upon me to smite my enemy. In just about any content, you could take out 10 red bars with ease, especially if you're using this gun in a Void Volatile build, since volatile kills count. And once you're stacked, you have the micro laser that you can use to recharge all of your abilities in seconds or hold onto your stacks to keep your pistol at max stats. This is one of the best weapons to speedrun lower end content. But even in higher end content like Nightfalls, it'll do a great job. Not just because of the ability spam, but it being multi-purpose between kinetic and whatever your subclass is. Being able to trigger unraveling rounds or bigger tangle explosions while also charging your abilities with every single kill is mega sickaroni and cheat. But here's a quick little PSA that I talked about earlier. Try to avoid picking up the tangles. As soon as you pick up anything, it'll wipe the effect of the pistol, so be wary. The downsides of this sidearm are going to be the lower than you want range and just slightly less damage than other weapons. But the trade-off for the extra ability recharge is totally worth it. If you're not a fan of sidearms, I beg you to give this a chance. It might be the one that changes your mind. In PvP, sidearms have always been unique. There are some people who can take any sidearm and pop the off with them. Then there are people like me. No matter how hard I try, I cannot play good with a sidearm. So please take that into consideration while we go over it. The Traveler's Chosen can duel extremely well up close, especially if you have a few stacks or maybe an ability charged. Even at a medium-ish range, you can put in work, but anything further than that, don't even think about it. This is one of those weapons you'd want to run in a double primary loadout so you don't get boxed out at a range. But let's talk about stacks. Luckily in PvP, each final blow will grant you 2 stacks instead of 1. So every kill will give you 20% ability energy for each of your abilities. Just make sure you consume these stacks in situations where you're trapped because you will lose them if you die. Or just keep them stacked up so travelers can become pinpoint accurate. My main gripe with this weapon is not only in PvP but also in PvE. The aiming down sights fucking suck. This applies to most sidearms in the game, but after 3 bullets you can't even see your target. So for the best of luck, in all honesty, don't even scope down, just hip fire. It's just as accurate, you just don't get that zoom bonus. But in reality, if they're that far away already, just switch weapons. And another small issue I have is feeling like I could have a hair more damage, but that just might be a skill issue with me missing too many shots. Traveler's Chosen is without a doubt the best gun for recharging your abilities in both PvE and PvP. I'm so sorry, Monte Carlo, I love you, you just need a buff. That's why I give it 5 grenades out of 5 in PvE and a 4 out of 5 in PvP. Thank you so much for watching. This gun is unbelievably fun and will lead you to trying some fun combos. So I hope you give it a shot. See ya.